All right, friends, here we go. The first Wednesday of a brand new year. We call this Warrior Wednesday. We get a little more active on Wednesdays. So today we will be using some light hand weights and doing a little bit of yoga sculpt. It's optional. So if you want to grab a couple of soup cans or light dumbbells, go ahead. When you are ready to begin this practice, I invite you to take a seat. You can come into easy seat, a place where your legs are comfortable, maybe elevated on a cushion or a pillow. When you find yourself in this seat, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, soften your jaw, loosen up your neck, and repeat after me. I am enough. I am enough. The way you showed up here today is enough. What you brought with you, whatever it is, gets to be here, and it's enough. You're strong enough, you are fit enough, you are beautiful enough. Fill in the blank. You are exactly what is needed to complete this circle. So breathe into that and see if there's any part of you that doesn't believe me. Any part of you that wants to try and perform and show up in a different way. Just notice the way we are to ourselves. And play along for 1 hour. I am enough. The words of David Whyte will start us off today. He says, enough. These words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here, this opening to life, we have refused again and again until now. Until now. Let's open to the life we have refused again and again until now. So reach your arms out wide, wider than normal. Make your wingspan big and broad and lift up into the space around you. Let your hands come together down in front of your chest. I'm going to do that a few times, just this big expansion out and around. I am enough. The age I am is just right because it's the age I am. These wrinkles on my face, these pounds on my body, the numbers in my bank account, the house that I live in, I am enough. Open up into that. One more time, nice big reach up and down. Draw your hands to your heart, nod your head forward and say it again one more time. I am enough. There's nothing to prove. I'm enough. Let's bring ourselves around to a tabletop position with hands stacked under the shoulders and begin here to just shift your hips from side to side. It's like you're wagging your tail. And then start to turn that into a cat and cow. And I'd like you to do these two movements the same way you were just moving with your arms, a little bigger, a little more exaggerated. Just feeling into the sensations in the front and the back of your body. And then we'll just do a little sunbird flow. So the right arm comes up, the left leg reaches up and back. Exhale to hug the elbow into the knee and start to move with your breath. Come up one more time, lift and lengthen, feel your strong back. And release hand and knee to the ground. Wag your tail again, side to side. Feel the outside edges of your hips. And we will switch. Left arm, right leg, lift up. Exhale, tuck. Finding core strength here, front and back. One more time, lift, feel your strong back, your strong glutes, and release hand, release knee. Let's tuck our toes and lift hips up into downward facing dog. And here in down dog, pedal your heels, get wiggly. Stretch, maybe even sigh. Your body be a little bit creative here. Loosen up the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, the hands. And then let's shift our body forward into plank pose. We're going to drop our knees to the mat. Spin the elbows forward. We're just going to do yogi push-ups to get us warm today. So just halfway down and back up. I know these are everyone's favorites. You're stopping when you're about halfway down. Even you can make this even smaller than that. Bring the low belly in nice and firm. 3 more times. Yogi push-ups, warming up your arms, shoulders, elbows. And the next time you come up, press your hips back to child's pose. Take a nice deep breath here. Take up a little more space. Let's walk our hands over to the left side, one hand on top of the other. Pull your hips back to the right. And breathe into your ribs. Side body long. Switching sides, hands to the opposite side, one on top of the other. Pull your hips back away from your hands. Nice deep breaths here. And returning back to center. Tuck the toes, lift once again into downward facing dog. And this time just walk your feet forward, come toward the top of your mat and meet in a forward fold. Bend your knees a little bit, kind of snuggle your belly down onto your thighs, touch your elbows and pull your arms down. As you do this, see if you can feel your feet pressing more firmly into the mat, making you a little more heavy here, a little more grounded. And then just nod your head. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's bring our hands to our shins, lifting halfway, and put a little deeper bend in the knees. So this is the first place I'll invite you. If you have some light hand weights near you, you can pick those up right now. If you choose not to use them, it's okay. No worries, it's all the same. These weights are just making us a little more grounded. See if you can feel the weight pulling you down. We're gonna inhale the arms behind us. And then as we exhale, bend the knees, reach the arms out in front. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms behind. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach the arms behind. Inhale, lift, core, stay strong. Exhale, sweep. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale to reach. Exhale, press back. Maybe this is just making you a little more aware of the muscles. Set your weights down, reach your arms up high. Extended mountain. And once again, we're going to reach out into the space around us. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale again, big movements. Extend bigger than you normally do. You're moving from the hips and you're taking with you a nice full long spine all the way up, all the way down. Start to hear your breath, this breath that is enough. I am enough. Three more times, reach high, bow low. Take up even more space this time, reach out wide, lift up tall. Bring your hands to your heart. Pause for just a moment, feel the heat you've been building in your body. Let an exhale go. Reach the arms up once again, and we're going to take a lateral stretch, side body. So once you get as tall as you can, drop your left arm to the side, reach the right arm high. Inhale to switch. Go again, both ways. Take your time, full side body stretch. Beautiful, everyone. And then reach high, cactus your arms, open up around your chest. I am enough. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, bend your knees and hinge forward. Once again, let's pick up those weights. Inhale, the arms behind. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, straight up in front. Exhale, sweep back. Move with your breath. Ujjayi breath. Two more times. Holding this airplane pose, straighten your legs a little bit. Let your back be longer. Let your arms reach higher. Hold with your core. And then lower your hands. Set the weights down. Step your feet back to downward facing dog. And we'll take a vinyasa here. Let's take the first one nice and easy. Shift forward, drop your knees to the mat. And then just spin your elbows and melt your whole body to the earth. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Lift up into cobra. Pause here for a few breaths. Feeling the strength in your back and the length of your spine. And then pressing up to the knees. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So to continue just building heat, we're going to do kind of an abridged version of sun salutations today. So it's going to go like this, feet to hands, lift halfway, take a nice deep breath. Exhale back, downward facing dog. And then take that vinyasa. So you can do exactly what we did. Knees down, just melt to the floor. Come to cobra. And back again. Downward facing dog. Feet to hands. Nice and slow, lift halfway. Step back again, down dog, and take a vinyasa. Those of you who want to stay on your toes, you're going to stop when you're halfway down and point your toes backwards, lifting into upward facing dog. We'll meet in down dog. Just do a few more of those abridged flows, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale down to downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa, knees or toes. If you're on your knees, you're just melting your body and coming up from there. Feet to hands and continue noticing the heat you're building in your body. You can mix and match knees and toes. You can change it up if you like. I'm just here to be a guide, giving you suggestions. If your body has something else in mind, you always get to listen to yourself more than me. I'm going to do it 2 more times. Feet to hands. Back down. Movement in your body. However you're showing up today, it is enough. Even if you're staying in child's pose for a whole round, it's enough. You're here. You are breathing. Here's the last one. Last vinyasa, knees or toes. Let's all meet in child's pose once again, and we'll take the knees nice and wide, palms together, hands behind the head. Walk your elbows forward and pull your hips back from your elbows. Give yourself a pretty intense little tricep stretch. Let your fingers tap each other. Breathe. Feeling the length in the armpits, back of your shoulders, your upper back. And releasing the hands, coming once again to downward facing dog. And feet to hands. Come to a flat back and then sweep the arms all the way up, extended mountain. Hands meet at heart center, sink into chair. Move with your breath, reach high. One more time, expand into the space around you. Sink down into chair, pause here, everybody. Breathe. You can stay flat-footed or lift up onto your toes, balancing chair. Arms can stay close or extend away from you. Feel heat, feel breath, feel balance, and feel wobble. Let's release our feet and come into Tadasana, mountain pose. I hope your body feels a little warmer. We're going to move into some standing postures and we'll add some weight along the way. So let's begin with the right foot where it is. We'll hinge forward from the hips and step the left foot back. Come down into a kneeling lunge. Just let this left hip flexor begin to open. We're going to flow with this position, and the inhale will reach our arms up, and the exhale We'll reach our arms behind us. This is a place you can add weights if you like. Adding a little bit of weight and grounding to the movement. When I teach trauma-sensitive yoga, we've been finding that asking people to hold weights in their hands is a nice tool for anyone that struggles with anxiety. It kind of points us to this place. It helps us stay grounded here, being more aware of our body. So you can consider as an option. Let's let the weights go, and we'll tuck the back toes under, coming into low lunge. Inhale the arms up to high lunge, and cactus your arms. Take a deep breath here into the front of your body. Hands closed together in front of you, shifting forward. Let's twist to the right side. Top hand presses into bottom hand. Open up, look up, and breathe. Coming back to the center. Let's drop the back heel. Once again, option 2, pick up the weights. Reach up into warrior 1. Back heel down, hands high. Deep breaths, everybody. Let the weights help you feel more planted, more firmly established right here. On the exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Shift your torso forward and extend back through your triceps. A version of humble warrior. And let's flow with breath. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, come forward, press back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Stay connected to your breath. One more time, friends. Lift high. Press back. And then set one of your dumbbells down onto the floor. Just holding one. We're going to come onto the back toes and move into a balancing posture. So start to shift your weight to your right foot and let the back toes come off the ground. You can just test the waters here with your left foot. If you're challenged with balance today, get close to a chair or a wall for a little bit of help. And then when you're ready, pick up your left knee. You're going to hold the left knee in your right hand, so you'll want your dumbbell in the left, your weight. And then super slow motion, we're going to try and reach the weighted arm behind us. Create a different experience of this pose. You can stay here or extend the front leg. Wobble and fall and come back. Notice the difference. Your weight has changed a bit. Looks like yoga dancing on the screen. Good. Release everything back to center. Shake out your legs. Woo. Hinging from the hips, set that weight down. Shake it off a little bit. Nice job, everybody. Left foot stays where it is. Right foot comes back, and we'll drop the right knee. Take a moment. Feel length across your right hip flexor. And then movement with breath, with or without weights, lifting on the inhale and reaching on the exhale. Notice how that's different for you. There's a little more awareness of where your body is in space. A little more awareness of the muscles that are working. A little more need to be focused here. It's a little harder for mind to wander. A little more to navigate. Set our weights down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Rising up to high lunge, take a deep breath in, create some space, and then cactus the arms open. Deep, full breaths here, friends. Hands come in front of the chest. Shift your body forward and let's twist to the left side. Way up on those back toes, opening your heart to the left. Deep, deep breaths. And as we unwind back to center, let's take a hold of our weights. We'll drop the back heel and we'll lift up into warrior one. Weights are always optional. Just let yourself feel grounded here, a little heavier, a little planted in space. On the exhale, hands come to heart center, then shift forward, elbows back. Bend the elbows and press up into warrior one. Inch forward. Exhale. Move with your breath. One more time. Lift and lower. Set down one of your dumbbells. Come onto your back toes, stand up, and we'll begin to find our balance. So, testing the waters, maybe finding something to put a hand on for balance. When you're ready, the right knee comes up in front. Hold the knee with your left hand and extend your right arm behind you. You can keep the knee bent or straighten the leg. Maybe you straighten it a little. It's about halfway in between. Just see if that added weight helps you feel a little more stable or maybe less. You are enough. Whatever you're experiencing right now is exactly what yoga is asking you to observe. Maybe it's frustration, expectation, competition. Close everything into center and pause. You can set your weight down and come into Tadasana. Let's continue playing with our balance. So we're going to come into tree pose. Let's stand on the right foot. We'll turn the left knee out. You can have a kickstand. You can have a low tree, or you can draw your heel up to your inner thigh. Avoid your knee. Find your roots, find your trunk. Hands at heart center. Option to move with breath. Expanding the arms on the inhale and closing back on the exhale. If you'd like to add weights to this, you can. Take a few breaths here. Either hold stillness, use your weights, or no weights. Notice what happens in your body. Notice what happens with your breath, with your thoughts. Return to standing mountain pose. If you're holding weights, just let them weigh you down. Feel your feet. Feel gravity. And we'll switch. Standing in the left foot. Maybe the trunk on this side is a little bit different. When you find your base, bring your hands together, with or without weights. An option to move with breath. Notice your experience. This is enough. Today is enough. You are enough. Release back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. Fold forward. Set the weights in front of your feet, bend your knees, and wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a hug here. Let the back of your body stretch. Feel your belly pressing into your thighs. One more little balance experience. So bring your fingertips to the floor, lift to a flat back. Have your weights handy if you're enjoying this practice of yoga sculpt. The right foot planted, the left leg lifts. And we're going to come into warrior three. So maybe you want to keep your hands on the ground. Maybe that means hands on the shin or the thigh. You can try arms back out to the side or overhead. We're going to practice a little flow here and practice it one time without weights and then see if you want to add weights. You're going to squeeze the knee in and then extend the legs and arms out. So if you feel like you want to grab your hand weights, the knee comes in, the arms come back, and then we reach out and away. If you're adding weights, when you reach forward, turn your palms up. Abs in tight. Let's do one more flow. And then set the weights down. Drop that back heel. Reach up, warrior one. Oh my goodness. How's that right leg? Shake it out a bit. Open out to warrior two. Deepen that lunge. And then let's inhale, reverse warrior, straighten the front leg. So let that hip flexor where we just were, stretch out. Windmill the hands over, triangle pose. Breathe here. Very nice. Inhale and exhale. Bend your front knee. Let the left arm reach down to the floor. Turn forward and step your left foot forward to meet your right. Shake out your legs. Left foot stays where it is, right toes reach back. And we'll come into our 3-point balance. Another nice way to use these weights is just kind of like blocks. You can put your hands on them to lift you up a little higher. Let's try our flow first without weights. So slowly hugging that knee in, elbows in, arms back, and then extending everything out away from the midline of the body. Inhale. You can keep in this flow, or you can add your weights. If you fall, just come back. Try again. And slowly lose the weights. Step the back foot back, reach up high, warrior one. Open out to warrior two, and then straighten that left leg, reverse your warrior. Get lots of new, fresh oxygen to the left hip. Triangle pose, come on over. Nice flat back, reach out in all directions, take up space. Expand with your breath. Expand with your body. Soften the left knee, hands to the floor. Let's bring the back foot to meet the front foot. We're going to take a flat back here, and if you like, you can grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Press your toe down into your fingers and then lift. Find a really flat back. If you don't like grabbing toes, you could do the same thing with your hands on your shins, but the toes provide this nice little anchor. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then using your arms, pull yourself down. Release the hands. Two options. We're going to bring the hands behind us. So you can do this without weights, interlacing your hands, or with weights overhead. And what you'll notice here is that there's a little extra gravity pulling you forward. So you might want your knees a little more bent, just finding a little more stretch through the chest and shoulders. Two options. Release your hands to the earth, downward facing dog. If you like, take one final vinyasa. And then drop your knees to the ground. Knees as wide as you can get them, arms overhead, child's pose. So let's use this as a big stretch for the chest. Really walk your fingers forward. Take deeper breaths. Let your chest expand. Your body reach forward and back. Bringing the hands back by the shoulders, come to a tabletop position, knees close together. So depending on how your knees feel, let your hips come back over your heels. And if that doesn't feel good to you, put something underneath your hips. Give yourself a little extra support here. And then just lower down to your elbows. Take a gentler version of child's pose. Create some kind of a pillow for your head, either with hands or a block. And exaggerate the breath here. Full breath between your shoulder blades. Long exhale. Full breath into your bottom ribs. Long exhale. A full breath into the soft space around your kidneys. A long exhale. And one more breath down into your waistband, your sacrum, your low back. Long exhale. Bring your hands to the earth and come back to a tabletop position. We're going to step our right foot forward and come into pyramid pose. We're just going to get a nice deep hamstring stretch. So tuck the back toes, the back foot comes forward. It's turned out a little bit. Lengthen through a flat back first. You can use your right thumb in the crease of your right hip to press that hip back, giving you even more length and space. And then exhale, round over your right leg. Really dig in here to the sensation of your right hamstring. Right hip back, forehead toward the shin. Deep, slow breaths. Lifting up to a flat back. Bring your weights with you into a wide straddle. Come to the side of your mat, widen up your stance for a twist. So you can do this without weights or with. You're going to inhale the right arm up and exhale back to center and switch. Use weights or not, but move with your breath. If you're using weights, bend the elbow on the way up and the way down so you don't strain your low back. Notice, observe, feel. And when you've completed that in both directions, leave the weights, turn toward your back foot for pyramid. So left leg forward, right foot comes in, press your left hip crease backwards. Find the longest spine you can and then exhale, folding over your leg. Find all that space in the hamstring. Breathe in. Sigh out. Coming back to a flat back, let's walk to the center of the mat, feet wider. Turn your toes out, press hands to thighs, and we'll lift. And the last thing we're going to do standing is sunflowers. We usually do this as a warm-up, but today we're going to do this as the end of our practice, standing. So you're going to move with your breath. Deep breath in, take up space. Exhale loud. Make a noise with your exhale. It can be an S sound, like, or like you're blowing out a candle. You might even say words out loud. Building up heat, stirring up energy. And then we're going to go a little bit faster and force the breath out. So inhale, inhale, inhale. 3 more. Take a deep breath in, extend in all directions. And then as quickly as you can, lie on your back. We're just going to notice what we've just stirred up and created. Come down onto your back. Soles of your feet together. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Notice your heartbeat. Notice a body in action beginning to slow down. Notice as energy shifts. Watch as your body surrenders to gravity. Notice your nervous system starting to shift. Coming into a place of relaxation. That was an abrupt change, and it was intentional to teach our bodies that even when life is crazy and our heart is racing and our mind is busy, we can stop in our tracks and breathe and notice and calm our own nervous system. We have these tools in our hands, in our breath. Draw your knees together, open your arms out in a T, and just drop your knees over to the left. Let your head turn to the right. Take a few breaths in a twist. I have enough. This is enough. I am enough. Notice if there's any holding back. See what you can soften. When you're ready, switch. Knees go right, head turns left. Adjust as you need to. Observe a body surrendering to gravity. Everything you need to be alive and healthy and happy is right here, right now. This is enough. I am enough. When you feel ready, bring yourself back to center and extend your legs out to the corners of your mat. You can keep your arms wide. You deserve to take up space, so take up space. Breathe a little bigger than you normally breathe. Take off the bands of restriction. Let your belly move. Let your heart move. You are enough. Take in another slow, sweet, and spacious breath. And feel yourself sighing as you let this breath go. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch yourself out with a yawn and a sigh, and then roll to one side. When you're ready to begin this day again, press yourself up to a seat for a new beginning. And then let's all let our left hand come over the soft place of our heart, covered by the right hand. You can soften your eyes one more time, and I'm going to close this practice with the beautiful words written by our friend Gail, who's here with us today. She's an artist and a writer, and she shared these words with me. I would love for you to repeat these in your mind as I say these lines. I am this breath. I am these tears and mistakes. I am these years, past and future, evermore, nevermore, till there is no more. I am this breath. I am enough. Let your hands come together in front of your heart, a gesture of gratitude, first and foremost to yourself. Thank you for taking time today for this practice. Take it with you through the rest of your day, and remember, you are enough. Namaste.